Welcome to Evolution and Biodiversity. This session explores how life evolved and why preserving our biodiversity is crucial for the planet. Today, we'll examine the evidence supporting evolution, natural selection and adaptation, and classification and biodiversity. Think about all the variety of life on Earth, from microscopic bacteria to blue whales. How did this incredible diversity come to be? When considering evidence for evolution, one of the easiest ways to establish a link between the modern species and the prehistoric species is by analyzing fossil records. Up to date, by analyzing fossil records, we've been able to establish a relationship between dinosaurs and birds. Next, we can analyze homologous structures, like the similar bone structure in the limbs of humans, whales, and bats, which indicate a common ancestry. And lastly, we can look at genetic evidence between two species to determine relationship between the both. For example, humans share about 98% of their DNA with chimpanzees. Together, these pieces form a puzzle that paints a clear picture of history. Next, we have natural selection. Natural selection is the process where individuals with advantageous traits survive and reproduce more successfully. Over generations, these traits become more common. For example, we have the antibiotic resistance and peppered moths. Peppered moths during the Industrial Revolution evolved darker coloration to camouflage against soot-covered trees. And antibiotic resistance in bacteria has emerged due to the overuse of antibiotics. The more that we use our medications, the more bacteria becomes resistant to it. What other examples of natural selection can you think of in today's world? Next, we have biodiversity and conservation. Biodiversity provides ecosystem stability and resources like food and medicine. However, habitat loss, climate change, and invasive species threaten it. Conservation efforts include establishing protected areas like national parks, restoring habitats through reforestation, and educating communities about sustainable practices. Every action we take matters. What steps can you take to protect our biodiversity? And now a quick recap. First, what evidence supports evolution? Next, explain natural selection with an example. And lastly, why is biodiversity essential for ecosystem health?